In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go viral with every single post with AI content on TikTok Shop. So for those who might be asking, who am I started AI content a little bit over a year ago and had my first success ever in e-com with AI content on TikTok Shop. And from here, I created a community with my two other partners called ScaleX AI, where we now coach students like Bo, for example, who is hitting consistent six-figure GMV months. And we also have students like NTF, who was able to quit his job and he earned location as well as time freedom, all because of AI content on TikTok Shop. And we also have newer complete beginners hitting their first 5K days with AI Shop. So now that you know who I am and what I do, let's go ahead and move on to the main point of the video. So why is AI so cracked? Reason number one is because of targeting as well as brands and products. So on TikTok Shop, if you guys don't know, there is a huge demographic of people, as well as there's new brands as well as new products launching every single day. And this leads us to infinite content. There's a ton of content to be made. So if you break this down, TikTok has an active user base of about 170 to 200 million US users. And to break this number down by age as well as gender as well as ethnicity, there's a lot of numbers here. So 18 to 24 is 23%, 25 to 34, 34%, 35 to 44, 20%, 45 to 54 is 12%, and 55 plus is 11%. And gender is pretty equal, but ethnicity is where this comes into play. So a lot of the ethnicity, over half of it is white. The rest is Hispanic, Latino, Black, Asian, and other. But with AI content, you are able to make this work in your favor, and here's exactly how. So going back up to here to number one, we have targeting. So we can target any age, any ethnicity, any gender. We can use any script as well as target any pain points with AI. As well as there is an infinite amount of brands on TikTok Shop, as well as new brands and products launching every day, which leads to a ton of variables to test. And to show why AI is so cracked, I made a chart here showing exactly what you can do. So the first method is you can take a winning concept from a competitor and make it original by applying one of these variables. So you can apply age, ethnicity, gender, script, product or brand, as well as pain points. And here's exactly how you'll break that down. So first, let's go ahead and watch this video. That way we can apply these different variables to it.
This is day one of taking the viral moringa pill for legs that Tyrone won't shut up about. And this is day 48. If I ever meet him, I'll have his babies because he changed my life. Just listen.
Look down at your legs right now. Are your thighs jiggly? Are they sagging? And those veins, are they more visible every day? That's high cortisol. Is your hair thinning out in places you never thought it would? Yeah, that's high cortisol too. Even that ringing in your ears and that abdominal pooch, that's all cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone.
Okay, so you guys get the point. So bringing this video back to the thumbnail, there are 6 different variables that we can test right here. So number one is age, and the way you would change this is, for example, the current age that this is trying to target. As you could tell, she's between the ages of 35 and 45. What you can do to have this target a completely different audience is change her age to 55 to 65. As we saw over here by the numbers, the demographic between this age is about 12%, which might not seem like a lot, but this is the audience that actually has money to buy products. So this is a very good angle to test. And you really didn't even need to change that much. All you are changing is her age, so this video actually gets pushed out to that different age, which means it's getting shown to a new audience. So that's enough innovation right there to make this an original piece of content. Next, we have ethnicity. So in this video that I showed, she is obviously a Black avatar. So what you can do, instead of using a Black avatar, you can use Hispanic and maybe even change the language to Spanish. Out of the 170 million people on TikTok Shop US, there has got to be a Spanish audience that only speaks Spanish. So this is a perfect way to make an original angle off of a already proven concept. And the next one we have here is gender. So this one's pretty self-explanatory and it's very simple. All you would do is just change the gender from female to male, and that is enough innovation to make this go viral again, because the same type of video is getting shown to a different audience, but it's already in the winning format for you. So the next one we have here is script. So this one's a little bit more complicated because you have your current script, right? What you have to do is find another proven script within the same type of demographic as well as the same pain point, and you can implement that into the video, and that is enough innovation to go viral. And then next is product or brand. So this one's also pretty easy. Like I've never really seen anybody talk about this before. So product or brand. So for example, this product as well as brand is Toplix Moringa for this video. What you could do is take this entire video and just bring it to a new product on the brand, like Keto Burn, for example, or you can take it to a very similar brand with the same exact video. Like say, for example, this video is about Dr. Malaxin. You can take this video and just change the product or brand to Medicube. And it's enough innovation right there to go viral because you're introducing it to a new brand, which will push it out to a whole new audience. And next up, we have pain points. So this one's also pretty easy. As you guys can see here, the main pain point is the cellulite/fat legs. What you can do instead of targeting cellulite or fat legs is you can target fat or sagging arms, for example. But now that you guys understand how to actually take a concept from a competitor, now you need to learn about how to actually go viral consistently by split testing your concepts. And this is exactly how you do it. So say, for example, this is your winning video. It got like 100K views and you want to know how to go viral again. So basically, split testing outliers will give you consistent virality, and this is exactly how you do it. So split testing has similar but different variables than, taking a concept from your competitor. And when split testing, you only want to split test one variable per recreate. So for example, the variables that you have when split testing are pre-hook as well as body part. So in pre-hook, you want to change either the location, the avatar, or the pain point. For body part, you want to change the location, the avatar, or the script. And here's exactly how that will get broken down. So say, for example, this is your winning video and you want to change the pre-hook and you want to change one of these three things right here. So in the pre-hook, you either want to change the location, the avatar, or the pain point. Here's exactly how you would do it. So one variable per recreate. Remember that. So in the pre-hook, say for example, your one variable that you want to change in your recreate is the location. Instead of having her in the bedroom, you can switch the location to example, a gym mirror, and keep everything else the same. This will give you the information on what's actually working in the video. So if you post a video very similar to this, where instead of her being in the bedroom and she's at the gym now, if that video doesn't perform as well, we know that this is a good pre-hook right here. So that will bring us to our next part, which is the avatar. So instead of a single woman, you can switch the angle to example husband and wife and keep everything else the same. So what this does is it targets a whole new audience because it's more of a couples transformation. So basically, let's say that this is your winner right here, 100K views. And you change up the avatar in the pre-hook. Instead of this just being one woman, you can have a woman and a man. They're both going through a transformation. That might go viral because of the fact that everything else is the same, where the location is the same. She's in her mirror in her bedroom taking a video showing the progress. The body part's the same. The script is the same. Everything like that. But it's showing it to a new audience, so it's able to go viral again, which allows you to make more money. But if that doesn't work, you can also change up the pain point. So instead of targeting fat legs, you can example target fat arms and keep everything the same. So based on this is just 3 split tests right here, but there is so many different variations that you can do just within this that could end up making the video go viral again. So don't feel confined to just switching her bedroom to a gym mirror. There's a bunch of different scenarios that are very realistic that you can put this woman into. And to better explain, instead of having the gym, maybe you can have her outside of a club with like her friend recording her, maybe her clothes are too tight. That's enough of a variable change to make it a split test, so you can actually see if that's the variable that made the video go viral or not. Next up, we have the body part. So say for example, we have this video right here. This video is your outlier. Let's go over to the body part right here, which is this guy talking on a podcast. Different variables than the pre-hook, but very similar. So basically you have the location, the avatar, and the script. So what you can do to split test this after you split tested everything up here is you can change the location. So instead of a doctor style podcast, kind of like how this is, as you can see, there's like medical things in the background, there's like a pamphlet, there's a certificate right here, there's like a skeleton in the back. Instead of a medical style podcast, you can switch it to more of a like holistic background, more of like plant vibes, more of like a home remedy type of vibe. That is enough of a split test to see if that is the variable that's gonna make your video more viral. And as I said earlier, that is just one example. So the same thing with the pre-hook, there is an infinite infinite amount of content you can make off of a split test. You just have to do the research behind your actual ICP, which is your ideal customer profile, and kind of see what they watch as well as what they can relate to, and then you can use that and turn it into AI content. But moving on, here's another split test you can do for the avatar. So instead of a man doctor, you can switch it to a woman doctor while keeping everything else the same, and you can kind of combine these as well, but you don't want to test these at the same time. So say for example, your holistic style podcast did really well, but it didn't get the virality that you want. What you can do, instead of having it a man on the podcast, you can now have it to a woman. So hopefully this is making sense to you guys and it's starting to click, because this is what a lot of beginners struggle with when they're starting to make money. They don't know how to replicate the virality, so they struggle. You know, they get their video with like 1 million views and they don't know what to do after that. So this is very important because you have the winning format already on your account. This is how you're going to make more money on the account. So it's pretty much a lot of plug and play. It's like a big puzzle. So you have a piece of the puzzle right here and you have the other pieces right here. So your main winning video is right here, 100K views. All it needs is one piece taken out and another piece put in to make that video go to 1 million, for example. But next we have scripts. So instead of the original script, you can change to another winning script that relates to the main pain point while keeping everything else the same. So this one is the final thing you want to test, in my opinion, because you still have a lot of variables here that you can test before changing out the script. So with these top of funnel style videos, the main body part is usually around 1 minute to 2 minutes long. So you want to change everything else first, because, you know, you could just have a different pre-hook that goes viral with the same exact script. So it's a lot less work for you. And this will give you unlimited concepts to test. So with the winning content style on your account being this, for example, you can have that winning combination and you can continue to plug and play to get the most viral combinations on your account. So you'll have unlimited viral videos on your account, completely squeezing out all the money from that account before it eventually gets banned. But the number one bottleneck for all the beginners on TikTok Shop is they just don't have any type of direction, which causes a lot of beginners to quit. And that is exactly why me and my partners built ScaleX AI. And as you guys can see here, we have taken Bo, who was a complete beginner just a few months ago. He used to work 8 to 5 as an English teacher, making $1,500 a month. And he joined the community. Now he's making $33K per month. Last month was his biggest month. He made $33K in profit, all off TikTok Shop AI. In ScaleX AI, we take complete beginners to printing. We give you guys full access to save commissions. With TikTok Shop, there is a lot of bans and violations, which means if you're running a product, your account gets banned or you get a violation, all of your commissions get frozen. We have a workaround around that to make sure your commissions are safe and they get to you at the end of every single month. In ScaleX, we also have a highly motivated community of like-minded people, and this is one of the most important things you need, especially as a beginner, to hold you accountable, as well as have a community of people that do the same thing around you. And in the ScaleX Inner Circle, you will get direct one-on-one coaching. Now, this is one of the most important things you can do as a beginner, because you literally get your hand held to making your first 10K in profit with AI content on TikTok Shop. So if you're interested in joining, make sure to click the link down below and fill out that form and book a call. We will go over your situation, see if you're a good fit to join the community, and I hope to see you guys inside.